Hi guys, and welcome back to this video. So I was reading yesterday and I came across this term called stratified sampling. Now, what is stratified sampling? Now, when you Google the word, an article on Scribble says that a stratified sample includes subjects from every subgroup, ensuring that it reflects the diversity of your population. Then Wikipedia says that in statistics, stratified sampling is a method of sampling from population which can be partitioned into subpopulations. So, per my understanding of everything, let me explain it this way. Imagine, let's assume that every human being is either male or female. Now, let's assume that 60% of all human beings on Earth are females and 40% are males, of course. Well, first we have to understand sampling. Well, sampling is essentially just picking a subgroup, or should I say, taking a certain number of people from this group of people that I'm talking about. Now, according to Wikipedia again, sampling is a selection of a subset of individuals from within a statistical population to estimate characteristics of the whole population. So you have a bigger set, but then you want to basically select a few of them to maybe understand them or their behavior or something. That is what sampling is about. Now, let's come back to our example. 60% are females and 40% are males. If I want to pick a group of people from the world, what I would do is that I could just pick, let's say, 5 people. Now, what happens if all these 5 people are females? What happens then? Now, the problem is that anything that I would generalize from whatever analysis or deductions I'll make from these 5 females might not generalize well, since they are also males, but I did not study the males. So stratified sampling comes in when you make sure that the sampling that you do, the subset that you pick from the actual whole set, reflects the ratio of males to females. So in this case, if I want to choose, let's say, 10 people from these human beings on Earth, what I will do is that I'll make sure that 6 of them are females and 4 of them are males. That reflects the ratio of male to females. So with this, I would say that my subset, the sample data, actually reflects how the whole data is. So any deductions that I make can generalize better than whatever deduction I make if the subset does not reflect where I'm taking that thing from. That is the understanding of stratified sampling. And they use this technique in machine learning, statistics, any analysis that you want to make. If you need to actually sample subset of data points from a bigger set, you would want the subset to actually reflect the characteristics and the relationship that exists in the bigger set, so that everything will remain sensible. Because according to Wikipedia, remember, sampling is a selection of a subset of individuals from within a statistical population to estimate characteristics of the whole population. So your goal is to actually be able to predict something for the whole population, not just your subset. So you should make sure that your subset that you take, the sample data, should reflect the actual population, and that's where stratified sampling comes in. So make sure you choose stratified sampling, or whenever you need to choose a subset of something and explore or maybe understand it, make sure that it reflects where you are taking it from, so that you will not be biased. Now, you cannot talk about stratified sampling without talking about what we call extractor or singular stratum. Now, what happens is that you have to first divide the data set into some homogeneous groups. For example, what I said about males and females. So the male group and the female group, those are what we call strata, and a singular version of it will be called stratum. So you first have to find this division amongst the larger data set before you'll be able to actually do stratified sampling. So before you actually do stratified sampling, you have to first identify the various strata that are available, that are related to the data set that you are working with. So for example, in terms of the male and females, you have to first identify that there is actually males and females, and there is some sort of distinction between the two parties, the two subgroups. They are called homogeneous groups, and more appropriately, they are called strata. So you have to first identify these strata before you'll be able to actually do stratified sampling. That's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Now I hope you understand stratified sampling.